Welcome to Fallout 76, this is Jim. In this video we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. Let's take a look at and see what we got for today. Alright, we got some good ones here. Many videos on my channel that'll help you guys out at different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas, everything if you're a brand spanking new player to the game. You're a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, there's a particular daily, weekly challenge that's giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that'll help you. I try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. And of course, you guys are awesome. The great comments and tips are greatly appreciated. First things first, I'd like to apologize for the lateness of the video. I'm working my 12-hour day shift today, and I appreciate everyone's patience and support on these days. It'll be the same thing tomorrow. The video will be out just a little bit later than usual. Now, I did re-roll one of these dailies. It was to complete a daily ops, and I got this one here instead. Sell a shotgun to an NPC vendor 1, which is pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and track that. If you do wonder why I have a little more score than you, take a look at the top right-hand corner of the screen. I have a 25% boost. Of course, I claimed that right off the current Season 20 Season Pass on 3 pages. A 5%, 10%, additional 10%, equaling 25%. And you can claim that by being a Fallout First member, or by paying the 1,500 atoms for the Season Pass. Okay, let's take a look here. Build turrets or traps in a workshop or camp 3. So you can go ahead and claim any workshop on the map will do. The one closest to you, your favorite one, whatever you want to do. Once when you claim it, you can build your turrets or traps. Or you can just build it right here in your camp, whatever you want to do. And that's what we're going to do here in this video. Alright, so let's head out back where I get a little bit more room to build things. Alright, let's go to our build menu here. Now, personally, I don't plan on keeping any of these things. Let's go down here to turrets and traps. Turrets will cost you a couple resources that you may or may not have. But if you ever get your hands on these little punji boards, they only cost you steel and wood, which is, what most of us will have on us. You learn these very early on in game. I think you get them just from claiming workshops, etc. And if you don't, you can find them fairly cheap at other players' vendors. But let's go ahead. We're going to craft a couple of these bad boys. Just like that. Build a turret or trap in a workshop or camp 3 for 3. If you do plan on scrapping it, just be careful when you do scrap. You don't accidentally scrap something that you don't want to scrap, okay? Or you can keep what you build, whatever you want to do. Okay, let's see what's next here. Craft Any Chems too, so don't get this confused with collect chems. This one here, we actually have to craft chems, okay? So let's go inside here. We're going to go right to our chemistry workbench. If I can get over this rock. Funny, that rock always trips me up every single time, and I forget about it every single time. Alright, let's go to our chemistry workbench here, if I can find it. Right here. So if you don't have a chemistry workbench, you learn the plan very early on in the game. So when most people leave Vault 76, they come right down here to Flatwoods. And one of the first quests you do is you interact with the kiosk down in the tavern as to join the responders. And at the end of those quests, you will learn the workbench plan, or get the plan, and then you'll have to read it to learn it. Another pretty good spot is up here in Morgantown Station. There's an actual chemistry workbench right in the station. But again, 8 times out of 10 when I come here on either type of server, private ones or public ones, there's usually a chemistry workbench plan right on the floor next to it. So just an FYI, that's a pretty good spot there as well. So let's go ahead. We're going to go craft here at a chemistry workbench. We're going to go down here to healing. Now, the vast majority of us will kind of carry stim packs, Radaway, and Rad X on it. Now, of course, we can't craft Rad X like a full bottle. We can only craft the diluted version. But the Radaway we can for sure, as long as you have the resources. But again, if you have a full bag of Radaway, you can craft the diluted ×2. And just like the stim pack, diluted ×2 as well. And again, all you need is purified water and one full, stim pack, or one full bag of Radaway, or one bottle of Rad X. So you can do it that way as well. Now, I'm just kind of adding this in. You don't really have to do it for this daily, but you can kind of increase those chances a little bit. So if we go to our perk cards here, so if we go under intelligence, we have a perk card called chemist. You get double the quantity when you craft chem. So this is a real good one to have. And of course, anytime you do craft anything at all, it's always good to go under luck. And we have the perk card called super duper. And again, if you don't have a level 3, if all you have is a level 1 or level 2, definitely apply it. It's only going to help you at the end of the day. But this level 3 here, when you craft anything, there's a 30% chance you get double results. Let's go ahead and put that bad boy on. So let's go back to our chemistry station here. We go back down here to healing. And as you can see, instead of diluted times 2, it's diluted times 4. But it's the same requirements as if you were crafting diluted times 2, okay? And that is what the chemist perk card does. So just an FYI there. Let's go ahead. We're going to craft some right away, diluted times 4. We're just going to make 1. There we go. Nice. So super duper perk card did not kick in that time. But again, the chemist perk card did us dandy there, all right? So just an FYI, if you're lower level, you're having a hard time trying to find chems, you're kind of short on time, that's something you can always do to kind of make them last a little bit longer, okay? Make them go a little bit further. Just don't forget to put your perk card back. Sometimes I have an issue doing. Oh, this one right here, Jimmy. All right, there we go. Let's see what's next. Crafter scrap a melee weapon 5. Okay, so we can find melee weapons around the wasteland, usually down through flatwoods. I find certain enemies. 1 second here. Certain enemies will have melee weapons on them, such as Scorched and Super Mutants, but the low-level ones. Myself, I find Morgantown Airport a pretty good spot. There's a lot of Scorched up here, inside and outside, and if you spawn in the vent called Collision Course, there's a lot of Scorched that show up there also, and you'll get probably more melee weapons than you will get in ranged weapons, so that's always a great option up there for you with these Scorched here. Okay. Another pretty decent spot are the Super Mutants here at the North Kanawa Lookout. And even down here in Newgat, I find the Super Mutants down here will usually have boards on them, like melee weapons, all right? So just an FYI, there's some great spots. And again, down through Flatwoods, we can find the odd pipe wrench and the odd pipe, which are considered melee weapons here in the game. Another thing you can do is you can craft melee weapons and then scrap them, all right? And that's what I usually suggest to people, because if you're a returning player, since the December 3rd, 2024 update, the drop rate for weapons and armor in general has been significantly reduced, okay? So if you're a returning player, you haven't played in like 8 months or so, you might be like killing all these enemies, and you're thinking, I used to get a lot more weapons and armor back in the day. There's nothing wrong with your game, it's just Bethesda had changed it, all right? So just an FYI there. And that's why I kind of suggest just kind of crafting a couple and then scrapping them right at your weapons workbench here in your camp or wherever. Let's go ahead and go craft here at our weapons workbench. We're just going to craft these melee boards here. So this board, as you can see at level 1, this is a default plan you learn right out of the gate, all right? And all it costs is 1 leather and 5 wood for level 1. And of course, you can find all that right down through Flatwood, so everyone should be able to craft a couple of these bad boys. So let's craft 3 of them. There we go, 3 for 5. And all you do is you scrap them. Just like that. Crafter scrap melee weapon, 5 for 5 done. Again, if you do have a little bit more time on your hands, you can go after some Scorched or some Super Mutants and do it that way if you so wish, whatever you want to do. I just find that's just a lot quicker and easier way. Alright, let's see what's next here, Jim. Alright, sell a shotgun to an NPC vendor 1. So a couple different ways we can do this. We can craft a shotgun at your weapons workbench. Of course, you will have to know the plan for it. Let's just kind of look at that real quick. So if we go under machine guns, that's where your shotguns will be. Right, so we have like the cold shoulder. We have a combat shotgun. What else we got here? Short double barrel shotgun. I think we have a short pump action shotgun, but a lot of these start at level 5 or level 15, so just kind of FYI there. Depending on your level, you may not be able to craft one, okay? But again, you will have to know the plan and how the requirements of the craft. So you can do it that way and sell it to an NPC vendor if you so wish. Now we can find shotguns on various enemies. I find mole miners probably one of the best enemies for shotguns. So a bunch of mole miners here, down here in Welsh. Really good spot up here right by Fort Atlas. It is the Monadga, as well as the Monadga mine. And even down here at the Blackwater mine, inside and outside, lots of mole miners around. But I find of all the enemies that mole miners will usually have shotguns or missile launchers on them. So mole miners are a good source. In terms of combat shotguns, I find the Scorched in around the forest, like in around here Tyler County Fairgrounds and around here Camden Park, etc. will usually have combat shotguns or melee weapons on them. All right. Now we can find shotguns for free in the game. One such spot is right here in Helvetia. Just a little bit further down the road, we have the White Church. And again, the Scorched in this area will usually have shotguns on them as well. But on your way up to the steeple, just before you get to that little narrow, windy stairway there, there's a couple boxes, and there's usually a shotgun right there. And as well, right down here at Somerville's Dam on the upper section, they have that big suspension bridge. There's usually a free shotgun on either side of the bridge. So 2 shotguns there in total. So it's a pretty good spot there as well. So let's go here in Somerville's Dam. We're actually going to spawn here at Charleston Capitol Building because it's going to kind of spawn us on top of the hill. If you actually spawn here Somerville's Dam, you're actually going to spawn down below. All right, so let's go here to the Charleston Capitol Building to spawn us on top of the hill, where we want to be for these shotguns. Right, as you can see there, nice. So all you have to do is go right over here. Let's get our weapon out, so we will have to go after some Scorched here, but that's fine. Nice. And right here is your free shotgun right here. And the same exact setup on the other side right over there, right where that Scorched is right over there, is the same exact kind of shotgun over there as well. So you can always try there as well. So this is a pretty good spot. And these Scorched that are here are pretty squishy. And what are we supposed to do with these shotguns, Jim? Sell them to an NPC vendor. So any robot vendor at any train station will work. Any robot vendor down at the White Spring Mall, we can use the north entrance. We can also use the front door entrance, just additional loading screen to get down to the mall. Right up here, we have the vendor bot resin at Pleasant Valley Ski Resort. We have the old Sunny Top Twins here and Foundation. Even over here in Flatwoods in the White Church, we have our NPC vendor there as well. We have the good old Duchess over here at the Wayward. And of course, our camps get visited by traveling merchants, and we'll see them at other players' camps as well. And they are also considered NPC vendors as well. All right, let's pop over here to Charleston Station, and we'll sell it to the guy over here. He's just around the corner. All right, let's go ahead and trade. The short barrel, double barrel shotgun. There we go. Sell a shotgun to an NPC vendor. 1 for 1 done. Just like that. Pretty sweet. Let's lock and load here, Jim, just in case. Let's see what's next. All right, kill a Canine 5. So many great spots. We could find canines here in the Wasteland. Right over here, they come to the Green Country Lodge. If you turn right around, there'll be about 3 mongrels right here. Right up here at Aaronhold Homestead, there'll be 6 mongrels up here. If you get on a server and you right here by Tyler County Fairgrounds, There'll be an event that pops up called Leader of the Pack, and there'll be 3 packs of wolves, all kinds of canines there, of course, and usually at the end of that, there'll be a wolf horde that pops up. All right. The next spot is right over here at Autumn Acre Cabins. There's usually 6 wolves over here. Just north of Grafton, there's like a big hill here. There's an unmarked location. There's like a little lookout up there. And there's usually about 5 or 6 wolves that will show up there as well. Foxes are also considered canines. So right here, Big Fred's Barbecue Shack, there's usually about 4 foxes. Pretty good spot. Mutant hounds are also considered canines. So we have a couple in and around Grafton. We have 1 here in Grafton Dam. 6 to 12 here in Grafton Steel. Pretty good spot. All kinds over here at the West Tech Research Center, inside and outside. At least 2 of them here in Huntersville. Just to name a couple of spots. So there's many different great ways we can go after canines here in the game. Alright, so let's go up here to Aaronhold Homestead. And again, we can kill these guys any old which way, whatever you want to do. If you have a couple grenades or Molotovs, you can do it that way as well. These guys are hiding. All over here. Oh, where's this guy at? Guess you must have ran for the hills there. Yeah, he's gonzo. Usually there's a guy inside there. Weird. Right, let's pop up here. Usually the alpha is right in here, and he's usually sleeping. There we go. Kill a canine 5 for 5. Now, typically we can find 6 here, but the other guy must have ran for his life there. That's pretty funny. All right, let's see what's next here. Let's go ahead, kill Blood Eagle 10. So many great spots we can find Blood Eagles here in around the wasteland. So generally we're looking for this type of icon here. Now in terms of real squishy guys, here in the forest we have, of course, the crosshair, as I mentioned. We have Twin Pine Cabins, Hunter's Ridge. Of course, we have good old Blood Eagle Alley, I like to call it. Starts down here, the Sludge Works, Roland's Labor Camp, Widow's Perch, the Killbox, the Pigsty, Cliff Watch, South Cutthroat Camp, Seneca Gang Camp, Bloody Franks, Dagger's Den, Ripper Alley, Crimson Prospect, etc., etc. The Bounty. Many great spots there for these guys. Actually, let's pop over here. We haven't been over here in a little while. Ammo dump. No, there's only a couple guys there. Like a gang camp. Let's go to Dagger's Den. We haven't been here in a little while. Here with this character, anyway. We've been here a couple times with the low level, doing the early on quest line. So let's go ahead here. Something a little bit different. Where'd this guy go? He disappeared on us. I don't know where he went. Now you do have to be careful here if you do decide to come here. There's one powerful guy, he's usually right in the middle. And he's got some weapon on him. There's a legendary right there, nice. Oh, how you doing, buddy? Oh, there's a canine right there. Now, I like to kind of go around the outside of the perimeter of this place because it's a fairly large area. So we hear that guy, that automatic weapon is usually a Gatling laser. And for whatever reason, he will, like, cut right through you. He's right there. He's got a Gatling plasma on him there today. Yeah, he will cut right through you like you don't even exist. It's quite something. Oh, we got a machine. Whoa. Yeah, it can get pretty hairy here. Kill Bloody go 10 for 10, so as you can see there's all kinds of these guys around. And plus we even have Dagger's Den. There'll be at least 6 more inside the den itself. Look at that, we leveled up, nice. Get rid of this guy. He's annoying. As you see, some of these guys got shotguns on them as well. Get away to that turret there. I do have to repair my armor. It's weakened quite a bit here, so we're in caution there now. So as you can see, this is a really good spot for quite a few of these guys. Alright, let's go ahead. We're going to head back to our camp here. And we're going to get set up for the next one. Alright. Let's see here. Consume an alcoholic beverage, 5. Okay, so a couple of different ways we can get alcoholic beverages here in the game. We do have a camp resource available to us that is not in the atomic shop right now. But it was available during a couple season passes. Now, I'm not too sure if they plan on making this in the atomic shop or not, but if you ever see it, it's definitely worth to have. It's the brewing vat, and it passively collects fermentable alcoholic beverages. Now, even though it says fermentable in front of these alcoholic beverages, they will count towards the daily challenges, all right? So just an FYI. So let's grab these 2 fermentable beer here. Another thing you can do is you can craft your own alcoholic beverages if you so wish. Of course, you will need a brewing station at the very least. Now, if you don't have a brewing station, you can get one by completing the side quest called Wasted on Nukashine. I did that this past summer with my member, Mr. Prince. So you start that off right here at Big Al's Tattoo Parlor. There's a back door, and there's a poster right by on the wall there. And you interact with that, and when you interact with that, you'll start that side quest called Wasted on Nukashine. Now, it is a little glitchy, so if you're having trouble with it, you can check out that video I made. It is all time-stamped, and at the very end, you will automatically learn the plan for both the fermenter and the brewing station. And what I mean by that is most plans we get in the game, we go under our note or news section when we get them, and then we learn them that way by interact with them. But once when you're done Wasted on Nukashine, you automatically learn them. There's not a plan you have to kind of click on. Alright, so just an FYI there if you're ever wondering about that. Alright, so let's go to our brewing station here. So usually if you do craft them, you can craft these beers here, like fermentable beer. This is the easiest one because all you need is boiled water, corn, razor grain, and wood. And of course, corn and razor grain is something that most people will have in a couple of our camps, okay? So you can definitely do it that way. You can craft your own fermentable beer. All right. Now we can find alcoholic beverages in around the wasteland. I find one of the best guaranteed spots is right here at the Wayward. Now, if you are a ghoul like myself, you will need a disguise to get inside the Wayward. Even though there's a ghoul inside there, you will need to put a disguise on for whatever reason. But there's 6 alcoholic beverages here that are inside that are guaranteed. All right. Another pretty decent spot is here at the kill box right downstairs on the main floor in the dining room area. There's usually a lot of alcoholic beverages there as well. What you can always do too is come to the White Spring Mall. Usually the Raider vendor will have a lot of alcoholic beverages on them, and you can always buy them at the end of the day. So let's pop over here to the mall. Of course, we can use the north entrance. You can use the front door entrance as well. It's just an additional loading screen to get down to the mall. All right, so let's go here. And again, a lot of these vendors will sell maybe the odd alcoholic beverage. If you have a camp ally, like a light ally in your camp, most of them will sell alcoholic beverages, except for Daphne, of course. So let's try this Free States guy here.
White Spring Spa. Please take any of the spa suites in the back.
There we go.
Someone should be with
And you can just kind of check to see, so that you can see he's got some alcoholic beverages on him that you can buy. And again, they're not real expensive. I think the Raider guy is right here. Yeah, let's try this guy here. Look at that, 45 whiskey. So I find the Raider guy probably the best for alcoholic beverages, most servers. Let's go ahead. We can buy a couple from them if you so wish. But I do have alcoholic beverages on me, but that's something you can always do. You can use the Hard Bargain Perk card under Agility. Sorry, under Charisma, sorry. Under Agility, right on, Jim. Hard Bargain Perk card. So if you are a returning player, you might remember it used to be a 3-star, but it's only a 1-star now, okay? And if you happen to have a Great Mentats, which will be under Aid, and Great Mentats will give you better barter rates for 10 minutes, and that will stack with the Hard Bargain Perk card. But again, these alcoholic beverages are pretty cheap, okay? Just in case you're hard up for caps. All right, so I'll give you many great options there. Let's go ahead. We're going to start off with our fermentable beer, which I got from our brewing vat at our camp. Here we go, just to show you that, how that counts, okay? And it's good if you're a Ghoul, because they do give you a lot of rads when you drink the fermentable version, as compared to, you know, like the full-blown version with no condition bar. There's something I do want to try, a Nuka-Cola Dark. So a Nuka-Cola Dark is considered an alcoholic beverage, so if you have a couple of them, you can try them as well. Let's see here. Get some bourbon here. Blackwater brew. There we go. Consuming alcoholic beverage 5 for 5 done. Just like that. Pretty sweet. And I think we're done. Just like that. Pretty awesome. Nice and easy one here today. Let's take a look at weapon of the day here, Jim. And I forgot to do that during yesterday's weekly challenge video. I forgot all about it until I reviewed it after. I'm thinking, oh, I forgot to do the weapon of the day. Crazy. Anti-armor presidential tactical Tesla rifle, plus 50% armor penetration, plus 50% chance to hit a target in VATS, minus 25% action point cost. It's a anti-armor VATS enhanced VATS optimized semi-automatic barrel, reflex sight, presidential paint, 129 damage. It takes fusion cells in a single fire, and as you guys can see, it is a very, very nice looking weapon. It is a very good weapon too, especially with that chain effect. So if you get a couple of enemies that are kind of close together, you'll see that chain effect going to the next one, then the next one. And again, they'll get damage from that as well. It's a really, really, I recommend it. If you never tried a Tesla rifle before, even if it doesn't even have legendary effects on it, just try it out and see how you like it. I'm telling you, it's pretty awesome. And of course, it's just a basic rifleman build here. So let's go to our perk cards here. So under perception is rifleman, expert rifleman, master rifleman, all maxed out. Tank killer, concentrated fire, arms of steel, arms keeper, bandolier, fireproof, suppressor, tenderizer, covert operative, evasive, white knight, adrenaline. These random lunch cards which randomly pop in when they're being activated. And of course, these legendary perk cards, which I've had for quite some time. I'm very happy with them. And as you can see, they're all maxed out. Nice. Just like that, guys. And don't forget, we do have the special event challenges, the Appalachian Outlaws special event challenges. I made a video on that yesterday. And yeah, it is quite something. You can check out that video if you so wish. But again, you go to your season section right here in Outlaws. But basically, if you have the tickets from your current season 20 season pass, you can just go ahead and buy all this stuff. But again, it is progressive, so you have to buy one and it unlocks the next one, the next one, the next one, etc., etc. Again, I don't know if they planned it that way or if it's a flaw. I'm not too sure, but yeah, you don't even have to complete the challenges. They just give you extra tickets, I guess, okay? But again, why not? Because it's a lot of fun. Yeah, so there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share me the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, NotMeButMeYesMeThatsMe, Jew, Andrew, Demon, Confoundedbridge, Van Durant, John DJ59, Picquerist, Benny Bunny, Gwen Trutnau. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.